That's what he does.
That's what do I do?
You still have Miguel O'Hara on there. Good evening, all you Minties, and
First
welcome
time
back.
I've had it on.
I know, to another episode of Reels Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, and my lovely co-host, the obviously uncanny Omar.
Obviously, isn't that obvious?
Right,
How's it going,
is.
everybody? Yes, today we are going to be ranking our Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Persons? I don't know. No, they're all Spider-Man. Yeah.
They're all Spider-Man. So, yeah, something I think we were going to do in December. So I'm kind of glad we waited for Across the Spider-Verse, because we have 10 movies we're going to rank. We're not going to do Venom or Morbius. We thought about it, but
Tier Make only goes to 10 slots, so we thought
that's not why. All right. So I hope you join us and join us on what you think would be your bottom, what you think would be your top. Oh my gosh, always
your bottom gonna be Tom Holland.
Let's see here, because both Amanda and I we don't agree on our choices. I can tell you that much. Her top choice is not my top choice, and my bottom choice.
How do you know that though?
Because I know you. All right. I know you guys are going to do my boy dirty, but you can't hurt him more than Sony did. Andrew Garfield was to Spider-Man as what Michael Keaton was to Batman.
Wow. Always an instigator. I am liking that hot take.
That is a take. That is a take.
It's a take.
I'm honestly glad we did. Was it really that bad recently on Amazing Spider-Man 2? Because going back and rewatching that film, it kind of makes me please no spoilers for Spider-Verse. Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll keep it spoiler free. Because we're just gonna talk about generically why we like or don't like or where we're placing that. So we can do that. That's fine.
This is a hot take, and I agree with this. Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't as bad as everyone says. I remember when we reviewed it. What the hell is going on with my seat? We reviewed it. I didn't think it was as bad as I remembered it, or maybe as the years have just been kinder to it. So I'm excited to talk about this, to see how it, and without going into spoilers for the most recent movie, Across the Spider-Verse. We did review that with spoilers on our channel a couple of days last week.
Yes, we did on Friday. And, yes,
we did have a link in the comment section right now if you want to make your own tier and email it to us at nearmancon@gmail.com. Or if you just want to play along and tell us what your bottom one would be, because that's what makes this fun. All right. Wait. Hold on. Here we go. The Amazing Spider-Man start to finish are both great. The whole middle plot was... there's a reason why I really like that movie. So... Amanda, would you do us the honors of sharing?
Yes, I was trying to think. Is it the Coldplay music? Is that why?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
All right.
Thank you for putting that down. Yeah, nearmaincondition@gmail.com is where you can email us your ranking. So have at it. Have fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you hate movies that much, you can put all 10 of them down at the very bottom, I guess.
So we got our
great as Spider-Man, but his movies weren't the best. My least favorite is actually Spider-Man Homecoming. Did not like Tom Holland, MCU Spidey at first. I love that. I love these takes. Everybody's got a different take. Tobey Maguire movies were better than Garfield, though. Spider-Man 2 is still the best action. A lot of people agree with Spider-Man 2.
No, yeah,
but a lot of people agree that Spider-Man 2 is still the best live action one. Let's see if we agree, though. All right, Amanda. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, Cody has one question we should probably answer. Are we counting Japanese?
No, we're not. We're counting 2002 to 2000 and now. Present day.
Exactly. Awesome. All right. So obviously we are ranking just the Spider-Man films, none of the Venom or Morbius, just so we are clear on this, even though they are listed here, because originally we were going to do that. But Tier Maker only goes to 10. If anyone knows of another site that goes more to 10,
just do it.
Feel free to let me know, because I understand it's really about rankings in groupings, but it's fine. All right, so we got number 10. If you ain't first, you're last. All the way to number 1, the best of the best, or number 2, so close it could have been number 1.
Wait a minute, the best of the best. We're not even putting with great powers comes great responsibility. Morbius number 1. Come on, man. The wrestling era, we're Morbius.
I mean, maybe Matt Smith's dancing number 1. I mean, I would take that over Tobey Maguire.
This is something. Oh, this isn't a spoiler, by the way, but this is something that I've seen
Commentary.
brought up, and one of my subscribers was asking when I thought about this on one of the comments that I haven't had a chance to answer because I honestly don't know. I think my opinion on Spider-Gwen in the recent movie Across the Spider-Verse, if possibility of being trans, well, it a kid that age having a Trans Lives Matter sticker and a kid Miles Morales' age having a BLM thing on his shirt at the beginning just doesn't surprise me because I can't tell you how many of my kids' friends are like that too. Allies, I think is what they're called.
Allies,
that's what this is. I didn't see anything else, but then again, I don't know. I'm not the writer of the movie, so that's my opinion. What about you, Amanda?
I mean, yeah, I agree. I see them as allies, and I know a lot of people are commenting on the colors, but again, those colors are also part of Gwen's like comic books. If you go back and read those, like just the color schemes, and in an interview, they asked the directors about the colors for Gwen, and they said the colors reflect her mood. So I feel like that's where they're going. But I know that when you have art, and when it gets onto the screen, or if it's a book onto the pages, people will interpret it however they want for themselves. So, I mean, if there are people who interpret that way, that is their prerogative to do so. And that's just how it is. I mean, I'm sure that J.D. Salinger probably thinks all English teachers are dumb as get out for whatever their opinions are on Catcher in the Rye. So, I mean,
that's a really good point.
In my opinion, I don't think that was what they were going for, but I could definitely see like where Omar's coming from, where they're young kids. This is,
it doesn't surprise me. Like, it wouldn't surprise me to see a kid like that.
That's my opinion on it.
So that's a really good, explanation. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get on with the rankings. Everybody ready? Crack your knuckles, because this is when Amanda and I are going to bout.
Okay.
I am curious what your bottom one is. Would ladies like to go first?
Yeah, we start with our 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is interesting because obviously there's a lot of films here.
It is.
My number 10 will have to be Spider-Man 3.
Okay. Yo. Actually, put mine right up there with yours because I agree with that. I didn't think you were going to go Spider-Man 3.
What did you think? I'm curious what you thought I was going to choose.
I really thought you were going to go with Amazing Spider-Man 2. But I forgot when we rewatched it, we both enjoyed it more than we used to.
Yes.
What is your reasoning for putting Spider-Man 3 at the bottom?
There's a lot going on in that film, and there is also a lot going on in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But I think where that one for me would edge out this as far as my number 10 slot is that this film, Topher Grace, not a great Venom. Honestly, I would put Tom Hardy in that is a much better Venom in my opinion, even if I'm not a complete fan of those movies. But I'm not a fan of Topher Grace's Venom, and I love Topher Grace, just that doesn't work for me. I don't, Tobey Maguire just coming off with his, what do they call him? Mean Tobey Maguire. What's the term for him? That's ever
the eyeshadow Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
Saturday Night
there's like a term people call him.
Friday.
Anyways, but I was not a fan of that. The whole Harry having fake amnesia and trying to get with MJ, that whole plot line did not work for me. Give me moody Andrew Garfield creepily stalking Gwen Stacy.
Bully Maguire.
Bully Maguire. Thank you, News Foodie Channel.
Dude, we used to have that amazing gift of Bully Maguire.
Bully Maguire. So I'm sorry. I know.
Hold on a second. Is there a reason for the double image? The double image means one of them is Amanda's pick and one of them is my pick, and we just happen to pick the exact same movie for the bottom.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Because we've done these rankings where instead of us switching our screens, we'll just use one person's screen, and then we have to move them around because we will clearly start to have different.
I do want to say something though about Spider-Man 3, because whenever we did it, was it really that bad? No, whenever we did, Was It Really That Good? Thor Ragnarok, right after doing Was It Really That Bad? Spider-Man 3, it opened my eyes to the reason why people hated Thor Ragnarok. Because if you look at Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 1 and 2 had a formula. Spider-Man 3 took that formula and went the opposite way, except it was the same director and the same writing team. And I feel like that's why people hated Thor Ragnarok. We didn't see that until, well, some of us, Thor Love and Thunder, where they took that formula and just went crazy with it. So I remember when we did Spider-Man 3, I was like, oh, this is why people hated Thor Ragnarok. This is so different. It had a couple good things going for it. Sandman. Thomas Hayden Church was great. As Sandman in, just everything else. The writing, oh my gosh, and he hits MJ. Like,
oh, that right so there for awful.
Me. Like the writing was just so weird about things. Yeah, it didn't feel like the rest of the Spider-Man. There we go.
It did give us that though, so there is that.
But that's where I think that's a lot of people would agree with us. Some people would probably put Amazing Spider-Man 2 at the bottom. Those are two movies that are very well hated. Very well hated. Yeah, the retcon of Sandman killing not killing Uncle Ben, but being he was the other guy, right? The driver, the getaway driver.
Yes, he was. No, no, I thought he was the one who actually killed Uncle Ben. They whole thing was retconned where it was the other guy, but really it was him who did it. We thought it was the other guy. I thought that was the retcon, which a lot of people.
When he disappears at the very end, I was like, "What is happening?"
He's just like, "I'm leaving."
I'm like, I also want to disappear from this movie. Any chance of real stock of Bloodsport? Now we're talking. Let's rank our Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the actor. Hayden Thomas Church was great as Sandman. I think it was mainly the plot and just the hobgoblin in this. It was way too hokey for me. And all right. Number what's and I like to know what everybody's worst Spider-Man movie is.
Didn't we watch Bloodsport?
Have I seen it? Yeah, I've seen Bloodsport.
No, I thought we reviewed a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
It wasn't Bloodsport. I can guarantee you that. It wasn't Kickboxer. Are you sure about this? Like, what are you talking about?
I very
Are you on another show I don't know about? Are we doing this again?
I very vividly remember us doing this.
You're very vividly drunk because I don't remember that.
Someone search our archives. See if we've done. I swear we've done something like that.
We've done some weird movies like Deathbed.
Was it really that bad? I don't know. Or was it? I don't know. It might have been that.
We have a super chat from our buddy Mike Quarter Irish. Thank you so much, Mike. Sam Raimi over Mark Webb, but Andrew Garfield over Tobey Maguire, in my honest opinion. I agree with that. I thought Andrew Garfield. Well, I'll get to that here in a second. All right, ladies first, you kick it off. Amanda, what's your number 9? What's on top?
Okay.
Still down there, but on top.
Okay. Shoot. This is going to be hard. Okay, so I think for my number 9, I have to go with.
Wow, Josh also does not like
Homecoming. I think my number 9 probably will be Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that is the image. Because if I had to choose between that and Amazing Spider-Man 1, the original or the first of Andrew Garfield's trilogy, it was a tighter film. I really liked Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. We don't get to see him in that. And then, of course, I think that just the chemistry with him and Emma Stone is great. And I know it transfers in the other one, but they're separated for most of the time in Amazing Spider-Man 2. And Amazing Spider-Man 2, like I said, it's still has a lot of plot point issues, and it does kind of drag on the plot a little bit long. It's not as tight as the first one. So if I had to choose one at the bottom, it would probably be Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
For number 9.
No. We're not doing Morbius. Actually,
sorry, I couldn't erase those. Guys. It was just difficult. I couldn't we're not doing. Okay, I'm gonna put a banner at the bottom. We are not ranking Venom and Morbius movies in this.
All right, here's where we separate. Here we go. Not the boys from the Mandate. This is where we separate the geeks. from the people that can't get over some things like me. My number 9 is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Ah,
I am
okay.
not a
Hold
fan
on.
of that movie for a lot of reasons. The big one being we just got to know this character of Spider-Man in the MCU, and you're gonna take him out of New York to go to another continent? Like, that made no sense. If this is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, then we need more time with him here. We barely got to know him. Now he's overseas. Uh, I this is also what I like to call the beginning of the Ralph Boner thing, where they were psyching us out with these red herrings. Oh, I come from Earth so and so. And then the whole thing became a joke. Haha, the kid actually believed that I was from another Earth. And
Yeah.
damn, we actually have multiple Earths. No, I wasn't a fan of this one. I don't like the idea of Spider-Man. And then in this one, he relied too much on the legacy of Iron Man, more so than the first one, even though Iron Man gave him a suit and everything. But it just felt like it definitely felt like a legacy character to Iron Man and less Spider-Man. So that's why it belongs there. For me, anyway. For me. I know everybody thinks different. To be honest, I barely remember Far From Home. Pretty sure I liked it. I liked it when it came out. I liked it in the movie theaters. I thought it had great special effects. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. But it just it was just weird. Like the plot was, I don't know. They could have been a little more grounded. I mean, this is the first movie we had after Endgame.
Yep.
It was the first movie we had after Endgame. The guy's just been to space. Let's take him out of New York again and go overseas. Yeah.
They did.
Wasn't the biggest fan of that one. All right, Amanda, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is also, well, and not also because is Far From Home.
Okay.
And yeah, for a lot of the same reasons that you've mentioned above, but I think what edges it out for me is that Mysterio sequence when he's getting at Peter, and then of course the train runs him over. I think that is beautifully done. I think it's well shot. I love that sequence when he's playing with his mind. I think that's great. And there are some really beautiful color scheme shots, especially when he's in the orange. And this is my personal preference. When he's in the orange rugby or soccer uniform and he's in that field of flowers as Happy's coming.
Hold on, before Violacrum 8 has a panic attack. We're not ranking Morbius or Venom. So that's why they're
Put the ticker down here to remind everyone, because I know they're sitting in here.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Sorry, I didn't even see that, and I'm the co-host.
I have a ticker to remind everyone. That was our bad. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of the Mysterio. He's not a real actual like villain from another universe or another multiverse. He's just a guy that was pissed off because Tony Stark stole his technology and his ideas and claimed it as his own. I like that whole idea. I don't like that they were overseas for it. I didn't like the way, I know that he's a Skrull, but there's thing about the way that but Nick Fury is portrayed in this, I am not a fan of, because there's a lot of things like, why would they just give this kid these glasses?
But they showed why Nick Fury was portrayed that way at the end, remember?
Because he's a Skrull. I know, but it's just,
yeah, that made sense.
I know it made sense, but it was a lot just for him to reveal to MJ that he's Spider-Man, and they didn't have to be overseas. They didn't have to have a field trip. To me, it didn't make sense. He could have done this all from New York City. It would have been, to me, much more effective if all of it happened in New York City, honestly. Because that's so close to where like Avengers Tower was and everything like that. It would have been more effective. But they wanted to go overseas because I really think they did it because of the title. They needed something to go with their Far From Home title. And I went to
New York. He could have gone to Kansas.
I know, but I mean,
across the neighborhood. But go ahead.
I was expecting him to dwell more on, Tony and the loss of Tony. And maybe this is because I wrote my own fan fiction of what happens after Endgame prior to this movie coming out. So I had high hopes and ideas of what it would be. Now, I still enjoyed the film, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite of the Tom Holland saga.
I will say something right now, though. Any of the at least for me, I don't know about Amanda. I don't speak for her. I let her speak for herself. She's a grown lady. Any of the movies I'm ranking from this moment up, they're wonderful movies. Like I really enjoy the movies that I'll be ranking from 8 up. And I wouldn't mind rewatching them again. They're not trash, they're not horrible. It's just that when you have so many good movies, it's hard to rank them all. Like
It is.
one takes one slot over the other.
I'm gonna say the top 3 is gonna be really hard. Top 4 is gonna be really difficult. I'm already saying that.
For me here, that's where Amazing Spider-Man 2 is number 8. And I tell you, when we rewatched it, something that I really enjoyed about it, besides everybody's saying this already in the chat, Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, was the chemistry between him and Gwen Stacy. That chemistry is not the same as Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst. Like it just wasn't there. No. And even honestly, Tom Holland and Zendaya, who are dating in real life, and I don't know why, but it just felt really strong. Like, oh my gosh. And it is still a beautiful scene. It's a death scene, of course, you know, where she is falling from the clock tower and the clock striking 121 as an homage to Amazing Spider-Man 121. It's beautifully shot, like the webbing turning into a hand. Still, to me, to this day, that opening scene where he's jumping out of the building and you see the wrinkles in his spider suit and he's swinging through. And maybe I need to rewatch them all again, but to me, that still feels like the best live action web slinging I've seen. Even better than Tom Holland's in any of the MCU. It looks like they really put this dude out there, and it was solid. That's again. Sorry to butt in again. Thoughts on James Cameron's scriptment? I would have been all over that, man. I remember when that was. Thank you for the super chat. I was all over that Wizard article. When I got to interview Chris Claremont, he actually was talking about James Cameron coming in and wanting to do X-Men at first, and then Stan Lee stepped in and goes, "What about Spider-Man?" And that's when he took the treatment of Spider-Man and wrote a script about it. You can email your rankings, by the way. So you can go to this link that we posted in the chat if you want to and join in on the fun, or you can just tell us right now. But you can email us at nearmidcon@gmail.com.
All right, put that in the chat too.
Yes, you did. You're on top. You are on top of it.
But that way,
the tier maker is in the chat right now if you want to go back to it at the beginning. All right. Number 7. Let's do it.
Okay. Number 7 for me would probably be Spider-Man Homecoming.
The first one.
The first one. Yes. That would be the first Tom Holland movie. Why would I put it at number 7? So
hold on a second. All of them are A tier, but Morbius.
I know.
That means it's like above all the A's. Where were you all with your Morbid time, man?
I know.
You guys could have saved that movie. All right, go ahead, Amanda. Tell me why it belongs there.
All right, so we've seen a lot of origin. We've already seen both origin stories with Andrew Garfield and of course Tobey Maguire. And while I love they decided not to make this an origin story for Peter Parker because they wanted to jump in. He's already been Spider-Man, right? Because he was introduced in Civil War. And I liked Michael Keaton as the Vulture. I liked him more as just Michael Keaton being menacing and not really when he's in the Vulture suit. And I like that we were introduced to Aaron Davis, a little cameo by Donald Glover. And I will not say anything more about that because of other things.
He's in Community.
Yeah, he's in Community. Everyone should, and he also has a great show called Atlanta that he created on FX.
He looks a lot like Childish Gambino too. I don't know if anybody's ever told him that.
I know. But there's this thing about the movie. If you had to rate for me in terms of the first movies of each person's respective trilogy or sequel-y or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't rank as high for me in those terms. Probably because there's a lot of Tony Stark, and I understand they're trying to develop the relationship between the two of them, but he relied a lot on the Tony Stark tech, the Tony Stark idea of him, and I just kind of wanted to see him just be Spider-Man. And maybe, I guess we'll see that in Spider-Man 4. I hear he's mentioned on the red carpet that they were in talks, but they've halted because of the writer's strike. So there are no talks right now about a Spider-Man 4, but they were having some conversations. But I guess I kind of wanted to see that here too. I would have liked to see that.
I don't want to speak ill of anybody's career. But this is just fact. But I wonder if any of that has to do with most of his movies not doing well at the box office, not performing as well as a lot of the producers and had intended Tom Holland to bring in money. I wonder if it has something to do with that. Of course, any of his movies where he's like the lead, they haven't done that well. I mean, and it's hard to compare to Spider-Man, but it's just like, I wonder if his career had taken off, if he would be like, I think I'm done swinging through buildings and that's it.
Well, to be fair, I think it's, he went like beyond the Spider-Man movies and Avengers movies, he chose very like lower budget, Chaos Walking notwithstanding, and what a terrible adaptation. And of course that got delayed because of the pandemic and then production issues. But he chose a lot of like smaller films. It could be for a lot of reasons. It could be because of his filming commitments for all the Spider-Man and Avengers movies, he couldn't take on larger budget movies. But then he did have, I mean, Uncharted didn't do terrible at the box office. It did fairly well when it came out for a mid-budget action movie. It did fairly well. We'll see how his show, and he has a show coming out in a couple of weeks called Crowded Room. It's a drama based off of the rapist Billy Milligan, who was convicted of rape, or he was charged, but then he had multiple personalities or something. He plays the lead. So Uncharted did make decent money. So it's not good. Yeah, I think that they were having conversations, but he said he took time off because apparently filming Crowded Room, this TV series, really did a number on him mentally, because he's going into a dark place to portray a very dark character. And so he's still in the middle of, according to his interview articles, taking out, someone said that sounds like a crowd pleaser, taking out some time off just to, I guess, get his bearings back. And obviously he can't do anything right now because of the writer's strike anyway. So there's that. Okay. But you're right. He hasn't made the best of choices in some of his films. Yeah.
Which, I mean, as a Spider-Man fan and MCU, sure, that works out for the best for people like me that like him as Spider-Man. Yikes. Crowded Room has 10% no by critics. I don't know.
Yeah, I let Amanda it too. She plays like an FBI agent. I don't know.
Okay. For me, next up, this is, I think, where I split the room, and I'm so sorry about this because I know people love this film, including my wonderful co-host, Spider-Man 2. Oh. I have never been a fan of Spider-Man 2. I think Sam Raimi has this style that I love. It works on Evil Dead, and it works on Darkman, and it works on Spider-Man. But I think this is when he was starting to show the hokiness and the cheesiness of what it can do. And I know people love it. I know, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, all these films I think are still great. They're not trash. I know. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I know you all love your Spider-Man. I know you all love your Spider-Man too. I know. We're still friends. We can still be friends, okay? We can still be friends. Some sub-excellent is over that. I'm like, Spider-Man 2. Hey, okay. Look. I'll win you guys over. I'm reviewing. I'm putting everything down.
I thought you were going to give it away.
My Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 5 so I can go out tomorrow morning early. I'm so sorry. Lots of women screaming, cancel Omar. Respect to you always, Omar, even though we have different opinions. Thank you for that. And that's what it's about. Even my co-host, I know, loves this movie. I don't really like it. I remember walking out of the theater going, I think Sam Raimi is losing a little bit of steam here. I'm not digging this. It was too hokey. It was cheesy. Oh my God. I remember the cringiness of the Spider-Man song, the guy just singing Spider-Man, the classic song.
Yes.
Yeah. And this didn't even have Nickelback in the soundtrack, and it's still, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. I didn't realize how much I didn't like it. Not that it's a horrible film, until we were doing this ranking when I was writing it down. You'll never work in this town again. Yeah, man. Remember, Viva Peru, carajo. That's right. Never let Never let it be said,
Wow.
though, that I follow what everybody else likes, because
You are your own man, Omar.
I can think for myself. And then you know what? I mean, but people, I get it. I know why people love Spider-Man 2.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's a
Mm.
good film.
All
Good
right,
film.
now let's get to it. Top 5? Are we top 5
Top
yet?
6. No, we're just on top 6.
Oh
We
my
haven't
God, number 7 was Spider-Man
this
2.
is gonna
Wait a
get,
minute.
I
think I'm
know
being
it's gonna get
selfish.
even.
All
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get harder before it gets better. And we both stopped. Okay, number
right.
6. My number 6. I'm gonna have to go with The Amazing Spider-Man. So obviously, in terms of my origin story ones, like I said, it's hard because now we're in even the top 6 movies. I could say I enjoy all of them, but I don't know if, as far as the origin story, like I love Tobey Maguire's origin story because I just was watching the first Spider-Man, and I love how it just kind of has that. It kind of feels like the comics, and yeah, it's a little, he's a little dorky Peter Parker, but I like that it works. And Mark and Sam Raimi sticks with that, right? But I do love this film as well. It's just hard when to retread on the old things. The only thing that I really think stands out with this one is obviously the chemistry. They have the best chemistry. This movie portrayed it so well. I shipped them as immediately when I watched this movie. And then when I found out they were dating real life, I was even happier. It made my life so much better. Did not have as good of a soundtrack as I would have wanted. I mean, it had The Neighborhood. That was fine. Alicia Keys. Okay. But it was okay. But I mean, the Lizard, kind of a weak villain, not so great, even though I do love that actor, Reese Ifans. I'm trying to slate rain, right? But yeah, it was a little, that part was a little.
That's great. He's in Game of Thrones now, right?
Great. Yes, he is. He plays Otto Hightower, and he's very good as Otto Hightower. That mother effer. He's not an actual mother effer, but you know what I mean.
I think I do. El Hombre Araña es muy guapo, pero no más que Wolverine. Very, very well said. Oh, please don't tell me. I don't want to know what the Flash is getting. I don't look at scores. I tell Amanda the same rule. I don't want to know what anybody else rates it until I see it, and then I'll rate it for myself. And not because I'm influenced, obviously not because I'm influenced. I just put Spider-Man 2 at number 7. But it's just like, yeah, I like to make up my own judgment of these movies. Okay. Homecoming is where I'm putting this one.
Okay.
I love Homecoming's. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I was thinking about this. I really like the villain in Homecoming. The Vulture is sort of more menacing than what we got in Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man 1. And it was very close because I thought Spider-Man 1 or Homecoming, and it really has to do with that. Because what makes your hero really stand out, like what makes him a hero, is how evil and twisted the villain is. And dude, when Michael Keaton like shot that dude and evaporated him, holy crap. And then like I was so into this movie. I remember in the theater gasping like a 15-year-old kid that has a crush on Tom Holland, because when he opens that door and it turns out that his date's dad is Michael Keaton, like I didn't see that coming. I didn't know that Michael Keaton, the Vulture, was going to be what's her name's dad. Who was his date in that movie? Really pretty good. I can't remember.
Adrian Toomes is his name in the movie.
Okay. Whatever his daughter's name is. I didn't see that coming.
Liz. You know about Liz.
Okay, it was Liz. That's what I thought. That twist was so good. And then that whole car ride, him knowing and Spider-Man knowing and figuring it out, and then you, the audience, knows, but she doesn't know, and you're like, what's gonna happen? Dude, I loved it. That movie was so, like, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect, but it had great moments that made it memorable. The cast, oh my gosh, the cast was amazing. Like getting Michael Keaton to put on a suit after he swore it off, even though he did Birdman.
That's different.
Wow. That was insane. And he was so good in that movie. Killed it. Loved it. So yeah, that's the kind of scenes I wanted out of Spider-Man 1 with the Green Goblin, because they both know. And in this we finally got it. So That's why I think it belongs there. It's a solid flick. All right, top 5. Let's do it. Ladies first.
All right. So for me, number 5 is going to be the first in the Tobey Maguire series. Obviously, it is what set everything off, right? This is what set off the modern superhero age that we have gotten today. I mean, maybe technically Iron Man, but we wouldn't even gotten like this, the X-Men's and things like that, if not for this film.
This is the question. I'm so sorry, Amanda. This is such a good question.
Yes.
Organic. Because you don't have to think about, like, why would you have a kid make your own webbing? We've gone past that. Let's do organic. It makes more sense, right?
Spiders. I always wondered that too. Like, why wouldn't it be organic? If how much, like, really that little of the DNA just gives you super strength and healing abilities? Why wouldn't you have the interconnected, like?
Yeah, and it's something else you don't have to explain to the audience. So, go ahead, Amanda.
No, I mean, I obviously this movie gave us Norman Osborn, played by Willem Dafoe. And while, like you said, you were hoping for a certain moment that didn't happen in this one that you got in Homecoming, it did give us a villain that pays off 20 years later almost in No Way Home. I mean, there is no actor, I feel like, comparable playing Norman Osborn. So for me, I liked his portrayal in this. I liked the idea of Spider-Man. It's the original origin story. We get of course the introduction of J.K. Simmons, who goes on to play basically play what's his name in everything. Oh my god, why can't I think of his name? What's his character's name? J.K. Simmons' character. J. Jonah Jameson. Sorry, he plays J. Jonah Jameson throughout every.
You got so loud, like the speakers. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I really, this one for me, as far as the origin ones, I think this one is still my favorite out of all of those. So Spider-Man number 1 for me is number 5. What's your number 5?
This is, I think this is one that I think this is for another one that may upset people. But that's okay. I'm on a roll. I've already upset people with my Spider-Man 2 choice, but this, for the Uncanny Omar, and it's just my opinion, this is where Across the Spider-Verse goes. I loved it. I think it's a beautiful. No, what are you doing? There goes. There you go. Was that your subconscious?
No. I have 2 of those images.
I love the movie. I thought it was great. It was a lot of fun. And, maybe if I rewatch these again all the time, or at some point, I'll probably move them around. The audacity. You're dead to me. Yeah, I knew this was coming. But it wasn't perfect. It had some things that bothered me. And I can't say, because I'm not going to go into it because somebody hasn't seen it yet. There were some things that bothered me about it. The animation, though, oh my gosh, that's going to win an Oscar, and that's going to set the bar so high for people that other studios to follow suit. I mean, this is the animation movie other studios are going to look at to be like, that's where we want to be in 5 years' time. But yeah, I love Miles. I love the cast. It's just that there was something in it. And when you're talking about ranking the top 5, where are we at? 4 or 5?
We're at 5. We're at 5. That's the top 5. We're at the top 5.
Yeah, when you're talking about ranking your top 5, this is where it gets difficult. So
yeah. Because even I'm thinking, like, what do I do next?
I mean, and like I said, any of the movies above 9, for me at least, are not trash. They're wonderful, great movies that have a lot going for them, but it gets really hard when it's a good problem to have, right? You have so many good movies that you don't know how to rank them. So here we go. Dude, what? Shonda Sook.
Shonda Sook is like,
come on, man. You can make it up to me by making it into the Spider-Verse number 1. Well, we will see. Jack Ferry. Oh, here we go. No one gives a brother like Blade credit for spawning the MCU. Actually, we did on the channel. And Amanda keeps quoting him. What was that line about roller skating uphill there, Amanda? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, she says that all the time. But she says it to my kids all the time. I don't know why she's.
You always say it to your kids all the time.
All right. Let's do it. All right,
number 4.
Here's the thing. When part 2 of Across the Spider-Verse comes out, it blows me away. And both movies can be seen together. Then maybe I'm like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. Until then, we will see.
There we go. Okay, gosh, this is hard. Okay.
Oh,
So
you got this. Come on.
no, it's
Don't
hard.
be scared. Nobody's judging you. Everybody's got their eye on me now.
That's true until I say something. No, for me, I would probably, if it was any other day of the week, I would have put this at number.
Any other day of the week. We
I
only
don't
got
know.
7 of them, Amanda.
I don't know. Okay.
Yes, y'all remember that line.
I was trying to get up. For me, it would probably be Across the Spider-Verse in number 4.
Okay.
For me. Yeah. I think the original one still is my favorite out of both of them. And I know it's the middle film, but to be fair, The Two Towers has never been my favorite Lord of the Rings. It's always either Fellowship, which I could quote pretty much verbatim, and then Return of the King, even if it has like 8 endings, I don't care. And then there's The Two Towers. And I feel like that's how I kind of view this one, though animation's amazing. The cameos are great in it.
Why does your Across the Spider-Verse picture look different?
I don't know. You know what? I'll take yours down. I'll put this.
Is that the right movie?
I don't know what that is. I had an extra one, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Cancel Amanda, The Two Towers. Come on. It's a fun. I mean, yes, the battle. This does not have anything to do with Spider-Man, but yes, Helm's Deep's a beautiful battle. It's some great stuff.
Are we reviewing? What are we doing? What's going on here?
How about To Die with It? Okay, never mind.
I got a couple of rankings from people that I'll download. So
good.
Again,
okay.
if you want to rank it yourself, go to the link that we. Can you paste the link again, Amanda?
Yes, I'll paste the link again in the chat.
And then just email it to NearMintCon. We'll leave the email up. How about that? That way you can email it and we can show you after our rankings. All right. And Amanda has posted this is where you click on it and you can just rank your Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
Okay. So we're down to the last 4.
It's hard. Yes. Okay. Yes. The last 4. So what's your number 4? Ignore
All
Morbius.
Right.
Ignore where you want to put it, but we're not using it.
Morbius is not part of this. We've talked about that. All right. So we got Spider-Man left, Into the Spider-Verse, and we've got No Way Home. And what's the 4th one that's left?
Oh, well, so Into the Spider-Verse, No Way Home. There's Amazing Spider-Man 1 left, and Spider-Man 2 is also left.
Yeah, okay. And this is where I'm putting Amazing 1.
Okay, there we go.
Wow. Yeah, I really liked it. People hate this movie. And I get it. But for me, I love Garfield. I love the chemistry between him and Emma Stone. Dennis Leary as Captain Stacy, solid choice. Martin Sheen, Sally Field, great choices for Uncle Ben and Aunt May. And I really, really liked Andrew Garfield. People. I remember when we left the theater, I remember the biggest complaint I heard was like, "Oh, he's too good looking. He's not geeky enough. He's skating. He's kind of a jerk." And yeah, he is kind of a jerk. But Spider-Man was kind of a jerk. And honestly, if this was taking place in the 60s, would he still be considered a geek because he is skating? He's a little dopey looking. I don't know. But I really, really liked him as Spider-Man. And I didn't think we got the full potential of that. And I really enjoyed that movie. The Lizard, sure, could have been swapped with any other villain and it would have been okay. I thought it had some really good scenes too. And it's a movie that I like to revisit. And I think for a lot of people, I assume, I don't know, I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. I think this is one that's regarded as not a good movie too. So, but that's my choice. I really like it.
Yeah. All right. So now we're at number 1 through 3. So we are at the final.
Yeah, I got this one.
All right. So my number 3 is going to be Spider-Man 2. At some point in my life, it would have showed up at number 1, but other things have come out since then. This movie is my I remember Spider-Man 1, but I remember Spider-Man 2. It came out at maybe it's nostalgia, but it came out a very prime part of my life when I was about to graduate high school. The soundtrack is still one of my favorite soundtracks to this day. And I loved Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, and I'm so glad they were able to use him again in No Way Home. He gives a lot of nuance and variance to that villain role. I thought he was perfect in it. I love the drama of Peter having to, just understand decide what kind of a life he wants to have and who he wants to be, and him losing his powers and realizing at the end of the day that he's supposed to be Spider-Man. He's a hero and he has to make that choice, even if it means that he can't be with the woman he loves. Then comes to find out he can be with the woman he loves because she will accept him either way. And that reveal I thought was fantastic, with her seeing him, mask off, and she's like, looks at him. He's like, hi. I just love it. I mean, it gets me every time. It's so great. And yeah, this is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. And if this was like 10 years ago, it would be number one. But like I said, other things have come out since then. So, but
I said, I knew my ranking was a lot different than most people's. This is one that I think, if you ask most people that started watching superhero movies during this era of superhero movies with the late 90s, early aughts, that's always going to be the number one choice. Like, that is regarded as the perfect superhero movie, is Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
But for me, this is where Spider-Man 1 belongs. I saw that movie in the theater 3 times. I did not want it to end. I still don't have my wife beat. I think she went to see it 6 times in the theater. She loved, because she made a promise to herself as a kid that if Spider-Man ever came out in the theater because of James Cameron, because we thought we were going to get one, she would go and see it in the movie 6 times. Omar, this is your chance to reconsider your Spidey. I didn't know I was going to get threats. I didn't know I was going to be threatened tonight. I loved it. Yes, it's got Macy Grace and it's dated as hell. Yes, it's got some cheesy dialogue. Is that an angel, Aunt May? That part always cracks me up.
Say it. Finish it.
What do you?
Wait, when she was praying, and then
dude, that speech when Norman deliver. Okay, quit making fun of that movie.
I'm sorry, it's just that part.
But for real, that part when he's looking in the mirror, damn, Willem Dafoe, that's some top tier acting, baby. He's looking in the mirror, and then he's playing the role. Like, that's very Gollum, but without the CG. That was awesome. I loved it. I thought it was great. I think Sam Raimi really understood that good balance of superhero comics, hokey comedy, and a little bit of horror in there, like a dash of horror. I loved it, man. It was so good.
Yeah.
And really set the bar. Blade kicked it off. X-Men was great. X-Men got us together, and it was a phenomenal movie. But Spider-Man 2 solidified that superheroes are not, or Spider-Man 1, sorry. Spider-Man 1 solidified that superheroes are not going anywhere. Shut up. But yeah, it still hits. I love it.
Yeah.
Nickelback and Macy Grace, whatever, but still hits.
Nickelback. And they said our heroes.
Blasphemous. Yeah, that song. Oh my god. But Rosemary was my least favorite.
No, I mean, I tell you, I wish the other Spider-Mans had banging soundtracks. Well, okay, one of these we're going to talk about did have a banging
I was going to say, the other Spider-Man has a banging Aunt May. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, that's true, but right. I mean, gosh.
Sally Field, right? We're talking about Sally Field.
Yellow Card, Gifts and Curses, that's all Spider-Man 2. I mean, it just was a great Taking Back Sunday. Anyways, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Definitely late 90s soundtrack.
Early 2000s. It was definitely my, yes. I'm seeing some of those bands in concert this year. So this summer.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be out there with some ladies in their walkers. Hi, I hope you're both doing great. I'm certainly doing well. One more day till your birthday. Take care. Remind me. I'm going to wish you a happy birthday on Saturday. It'll be later, but the lunch tray scene was practical effects, right? We could use some more of that in filmmaking these days. Oh my gosh. Agreed. Breakfast of Champions. Agreed. Omar vouching for Bad Bunny on Spider-Man 4. I am vouching for shit if it's got Bad Bunny. And he playing El Muerto or whatever. Am I the only one who thinks Amazing Spider-Man was very underrated? I honestly like it more than Tom's first 2 films. You're not alone, because I did as well. And so did Amanda. No, just me. Never mind, just me. I liked it more than Tom's first 2 films. Agreed. And now people will think I'm a hardcore Nickelback. And look, if you like Nickelback, it doesn't matter as long as you like it. Okay, that's all that matters.
You said and you're right. It's Chad Kroger and Josie Scott were the actual people singing on Hero, but it's Chad Kroger. So
I wouldn't know that. Did somebody corrected you?
He said up here, Alex did, and now,
Oh,
Alex,
that's why people.
That's why people that's why people think that.
Now we're watching you, Alex. I'm glad the eyes are on you instead of me now. Jack, thank you for the super chat, my brother. 2, Toby Second is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. Is the only right answer. When Aunt May says, "I believe there's a hero in all of us," you started crying. Oh, it's good. I get it. I respect the people that love it, but yeah, just I never liked it as much as everybody else does. Hey Omar, do you like Venom or Spider-Man more? I like Spider-Man. Venom is okay. I like my Spider-Man with a side of Venom and a little bit of Carnage. All right, top 2, Amanda.
Okay.
What the hell is left? Oh, okay. That's
not a lot. Left. Okay, this is really hard for me, but
speak with your heart.
I know.
Follow your heart, Amanda.
No Way Home is my number 2. It could be
what? Oh, dude, you're kidding. I really thought that would be your number 1. Okay.
I thought so too, but
all right, put mine up there. I agree.
Oh, okay, awesome. No, so gosh, we got too high now. Honestly,
we're not too high.
This movie, I mean, it could be number 1. Let's face it, guys. It could be. We get our 3 live action Spider-Man and Spider-Man. And yes, the plot, there are some plot holes in the film. I get Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, which is something that I've been dreaming about. I've written fan fiction about Spider-Man, like being like with a mentee kind of thing with Doctor Strange after Endgame. So this has been a thing I've wanted. So just because I was like, they're both in New York. Why aren't they teaming up or talking? So this made me very happy on that level. I get my 3 Spider-Man, and it's not just, what I loved is that they did it the right way. It wasn't just cameos. They gave them plot points. They gave Andrew Garfield, his character, closure on the fact that, he didn't get the cool villains because we got that franchise got shut down early as soon as Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not do well at the box office and Sony decided to play ball with the MCU, right? And they gave him the closure that he needs. You get to see old Tobey Maguire looking like a youth pastor and just being amazing. And the 3 of them like working together. And then, of course, you talk about Willem Dafoe being a good actor. Oh my gosh. His Green Goblin in this film. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree. The Green Goblin in this movie, we didn't need any other villains. Spider-Man 2 had the problem of one of the worst villains, which was Electro. Like, the Electro was one of the worst villains, but even in this, Electro was solid. But this movie didn't need any other villains because oh my gosh, Norman Osborn killed it.
Yep.
Killed it. Like, and on top of that, we talk about how great Endgame was, right? We talk about how it was, how many, 8 years in the making, right?
Yeah, 10 years in the making, almost. Okay. Yeah.
Spider-Man, No Way Home, 20 years in the making. Yeah, go back all those years and put Spider-Mans of different eras together. Damn. And then what happens to Aunt May, and he learns with great power comes great responsibility. It's a little bit twist on that. It was great. I really enjoyed it, dude. Wanted to. That's how good Willem Dafoe was in this. Like, you wanted to believe him.
Yeah, you did.
You wanted to believe that he was turning good. You're like, oh, he's cured. That's weird. And then when he does the switch, I know. Loved it.
And it's definitely by far for me Tom Holland's best acting in his franchise. Like, especially when he gets like the anger that he feels when he's attacking Green Goblin towards the end, and he could kill him, and then Toby has to stop. I mean, all that right there, everything is so well earned in this film.
Oh, the thing that got me tearing up, I teared up a lot in that one. But when Garfield saves MJ, And he's like, are you okay? And she's like, are you? And his mask is off. I was like, oh God.
Like I said, every moment I'm trying to think that is well
it was the redeeming of a character that was done so well in a franchise that wasn't even his.
I know.
And we finally got that moment of him saving the girl because that's what that's what happened in his movie. It was so good. It was so good. The animated Spider-Verse films are told. Oh, Jack Barry, no, ¿por qué, hermano? No te gusta. No te gusta dibujos animados. Amazing Spider-Man 3, right? We're all hoping. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I would love to see that. Yeah. That is the white hot take.
That white hot take.
That's how hot it was. It was white. A white hot take.
Right. And and Mr.
Jamie Foxx got redemption as Electro. Also, is another thing.
Way better. Yes. A lot of redemption arcs.
He even had the mask, right? When he was like floating around, he had the Electro mask. He looked so cool. By the way, I got some of your all's tiers, and we'll be showing them as soon as we're done with ours, which obviously you know our number one.
You know our number ones. And
Spider-Man 3.
Morbius, duh. Like that's a surprise hot take.
Don't even joke with Morbius up there.
We lied.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, Jack Ferry, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse blew me away. Dude, it was so good.
The animation was unlike anything we'd ever seen. Right? I mean, people have come to emulate. Puss in Boots has come to emulate this. And it was a good Puss in Boots, right? Last Wish, but they use a lot of the type of animation from this, that cartoon comic style, that the characterization of every Spider-Man that's in this film. Miles Morales, Shameik Moore, hands down. He just
great voice. Voice acting is excellent in this. Even what's his name from New Girl grew on me. Peter B. Parker.
Jake Johnson. I love him.
John Mulaney as Peter Porker.
I love it. Perfect.
Nicolas Cage as freaking Spider-Man Noir. They had the right amount of comedy while also not.
Yes.
I actually talked about this. This isn't a spoiler for anybody that hasn't seen.
Yeah, you talked about the Cross Spider-Verse. Yeah.
I actually talked about the amount of comedy that's in Spider-Verse is different than what they use in the MCU. MCU uses a lot of quips, and it feels like they've drowned out characters like Spider-Man because everybody is quippy in the MCU. Yeah. Whereas in this, it feels like Miles is the less quippiest character, and everybody else is throwing quips around him. Loved it. Thank you for the super chat, Comic Nut.
Yes.
No Way Home reminded us why Green Goblin is his arch nemesis, or arch enemy. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, not Morbius. Morbius is not number one. But I actually, while you are watching, for the people that didn't fill out the tier, and I'll be sharing the tiers here in a second. What was your number one?
Everyone in the chat.
But I thought about it because for me, I was like, okay, it's either Spider-Man 1, it's No Way Home, or it's Spider-Verse. And the more I thought about it, I thought about almost rewatching all of them.
I did too.
Recency bias. Plan on watching it next week. Which one? Into the Spider-Verse or
the Spider-Verse? See, and that's what I always think about that too. Like what it like when you see something, is that recency bias? But I think when I look at our
I made it number 5.
And I hope that, and what I also hope is that over time these films do get better, right? Because that would be, then why do we keep making Spider-Man films?
Into the Spider-Verse, when we walked out of Into the Spider-Verse, I said that is the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago. When we reviewed it, I said this is the best Spider-Man movie. Yeah. Here we are 5 years later, and I'm still saying it's the best Spider-Man movie. So I don't think it's maybe for Across the Spider-Verse, it would have ranked a little low. I don't know. Maybe if I rewatch it, I'll fall in love with it more. But I think it's fair. That's for me, at least that's where it belongs.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is think about this movie. It came out in what, 2018, 2019? 2019. It came out in 2019, and 2018. I remember. But when it came out, it didn't make a lot of money. If you see the news articles, the opening weekend was $35 million, right? But it's garnered so much love. Not only did it get the Academy Award, which it deserved for animated features, because there was no Disney movie that came out that year that was as good as this, animated wise, right? And then now we're here at 2023, and opening weekend, Across Spider-Verse made $120 million. That shows you the power of that film, because once it was on streaming and everyone was watching it, everyone was like, wow, this is a great film. I understand why everyone was touting this, even though I didn't go to see it in theaters the first time.
I'm gonna read everybody else's choices. You've seen ours. Hold on, you can screen grab that and be like, cancel Omar. He put Spider-Man 2. He put Spider-Man 2 is number 7. Who does that? Come on. Who does that? All right. Now that you've seen ours, we're gonna look at your alls, and I'll share the people that have sent us their tiers here in a second. Spider-Man 2 is my number 1. Nice. People love it, man. Jack Ferry also wrong though. Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry. Spider-Man 2 is number 1. People love that one.
It has always been. It was always my number 1 for a long time. But then I got all 3 of my Spider-Man.
Nostalgia goes a long way. Absolutely. Yeah, number 1 is Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse 2 gave it a strong run for its money, but needs 3 to seal the deal. Like that. No Way Home, Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. Those were our top 3, just not in that order. But that's good. Yep. Well, no. Sorry, not mine.
That was my top 3. It's not in that same order. Yes, exactly.
Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse will probably be interchangeable as number 1. I think Spider-Man 2, still my favorite, but the Spider-Verse movies are incredibly close. Spider-Man 2 with Spider-Man, the original, second choice. They were just my generation. I'm still saying Mask of the Phantasm is the best. Yes, I say that too. I agree with that statement. Mask of the Phantasm is still the best Batman movie. Let's get back to Spider-Man. Into Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, No Way Home. Look, everybody's agreeing with Amanda's choices here. Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, wait. Across the Spider-Verse. And then The Amazing Spider-Man. Okay. I like that The Amazing Spider-Man's so high, brother. 2018 made $385 million on a $90 million budget.
Yes, overall box office. I'm hoping
this the Valdivieso-verse. Yes. I would be good with that. But where's that work, though? Hopefully living up to his name. Not yet.
But have you all seen the first look of Craven?
out with his name. 2018, and it came out, I believe, in December. It did. It was up there with Aquaman, right? The month that was Aquaman Into Spider-Verse in the Disney film. Hot take, but Spider-Man 3 is misunderstood. It was just cut short by Sony and was meant to be a third act setup Toby's 4th and 5th.
No, it was.
What was your number 1, The Watcher? Just out of curiosity. Can't believe Morbius didn't make it even. So it sold a more billion that I can't even read it. That's ridiculous. Goodbye. Thank you. Jack Ferry, you have redeemed yourself.
Yes.
For the super chat.
Don't forget to hit that like button if you're watching and you like what you see, or if you don't like what you see.
Yeah, if you don't agree with any of my choices, then hit that like button, please. This is where the likes go up when people don't agree with my choices. Okay, thank you all. What the hell is even this?
That is Dashboard Confessionals for Spider-Man 2. I'm vindicated.
Get off my channel.
What?
Somebody's gonna be highlighting this video.
But also, to add on to why the Into the Spider-Verse, that soundtrack from Sunflower to What's Danger.
Dude, everybody downloaded that soundtrack the minute you were out. You were humming that stuff.
It came out with a separate Christmas album of Chris Pine's Spider-Man doing the Spidey bells. I have all of them. It is fantastic. Come on, guys.
I didn't know about that.
That was adorable. He's like, Spidey bells. Oh, come on. Oh, I love it.
Spider-Man 2 is my all-time favorite comic book film. Then again, TMNT from 1990, which we need to go and revisit. Top 5 as well. Omar, I'd revise your Spider-Man 2 ranking before putting the channel's Gmail. They're just like it's Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's gonna email me going, "Hey, what's going on with this?" Gotta agree with you all. Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2. You gotta agree with Amanda. That's Amanda. Spider-Verse killer top 3 for me. No Way Home is lower for me because it's filmmaking.
Okay, that's valid. I
agree. Yeah. Spider-Verse improved on Miles Morales' characterization. Thank you. 100%. From the comics, he should have his own universe to be Spider-Man, not play second or third string. I remember walking out of Across the Spider-Verse thinking, I wish the comics these days were that good for Miles. Because it was
Bendis is an executive director or executive producer too on these films.
Well, Bendis is doing independent stuff now. He's not even writing for the big 2.
Dang.
Batman Begins over Dark Knight.
We should do a Batman ranking. That would be fun, especially with The Flash coming out next week, and we got 2 Batmans.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
Homecoming's your favorite, Josh? I didn't know that, dude.
Nice.
That's cool. Spidey 2, Spidey 1, Across the Spider-Verse, No Way Home, Into the Spider-Verse, Amazing Spider-Man, and the rest. I love that the rest are like, whatever. Spider-Man is number 1. The first one. I like that. Morbin Fever sweep the... No, it did not. Oh, he did not. Why are we trying? Spider-Man 3 tanking saved us from the horror that Raimi had planned for the fourth. Did it? I thought it made enough money though to like, and I thought they were already starting the fourth one, and like there was talk of Bruce Campbell playing Mysterio. Remember when we saw him at Lexington Comic-Con? That's one of the big questions people were having.
People were asking him.
So I thought
Yeah,
it was kind of a done deal. Hey, Patrick, hi, my Spider-Man 2, #1, and Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Spider-Man Homecoming. My favorite movie costume is the first Tom Holland one. The moving eyes were a great addition. I still love, I think the Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume is my favorite.
Yeah.
This day. It was so good. It was so good. Okay, let me get to you wonderful folks that emailed us. Okay. Let me get to your all's why would you even show that?
I don't know.
All right, so let's look at we're excited. I'm excited for Flash. Okay, let's be real though. I'm excited to watch the Batman. I'm excited to watch Michael Keaton. I don't care about the
I'm excited for both of them. I love Ben Affleck, so I'm excited to see him back.
Yeah. I mean for Affleck, but come on, man. Michael Keaton, baby.
My ranking. Is that her
number
name?
1 is Spider-Man 1, number 2 is Spider-Man 2, number 3 is Spider-Man 3. Wait a minute. Are you serious to watch it?
Okay.
Number 4 is Amazing Spider-Man. Number 5 is No Way Home. 6 is Into the Spider-Verse. 7 is Far From Home at near mint condition. Thank you for that. Well, all right. Here we go. Everybody's ranking. We are looking. This right here is Josh Harding's. This is Josh's ranking right here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the ticker off now that we're done.
Take the ticker off, please. Yes. So he ranks. What's the one at the bottom there? What is that?
That would be Homecoming.
Yeah, and
looks like he's not a massive fan of the Tom Holland early films.
No. Or I mean, he put No Way Home as number 7.
No Way Home.
Not a big fan. Yeah. But then again, maybe he loves all these movies just like us, and it's hard to rank them, right?
But then Spider-Man 3 is at number 6.
Yeah, and number 2 is Spider-Man 2.
But that's okay.
He lost all credit.
Whatever. Spider-Man 2 is amazing. I would have put it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Andrew Garfield is amazing.
My Spider-Man in one thing. Like, yes, I would have.
Number 2, this one right here.
And who is this?
Is Gwydion B. Gwydion B.
Oh, okay. I like you. See, this is what I wanted to do, was do a ranking like this, but Omar just wanted to do 1 to 10.
Okay, Omar, why you gotta throw me under the bus? Like,
it's interesting. Is it Gwydion that you haven't seen? The 2 Amazing Spider-Man film. You should watch those. I think you should. They're all right now. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch them on Disney Plus. No, the person who made this.
Oh, that's Gwydion.
Gwydion has not watched. Obviously, Cross Spider-Verse, you have to go to the theaters. But if you're on Disney Plus, both Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Mans are on Disney Plus right now. You should watch those and check them out, and then report back with us on your findings if you think it's.
I love it. Be our correspondent. Okay.
Exactly.
This is Classy Ulysses right here. This is Classy Ulysses.
Classy added in the Venom movies and Morbius. Hey, you know what?
Wait a minute. We weren't supposed to do that, Amanda. All right.
Let them do whatever they want to do.
Wow.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not on Disney Plus. Well, that's a shame.
Far From Home gets no. Morbius is better than Far From Home. I'm done. I'm out.
Wow, that's a hot take for me.
Wait a minute, where's Venom? Where's Venom in all this?
Venom, the first one.
He put Venom. Isn't that Venom right there, right above Spider-Man? The Tom Holland one.
That's Venom 2, though. I think that's Carnage.
Maybe he hasn't seen Venom 1, and he's like, whatever. Venom's a Venom.
That's the first one.
All right, and then this one here is Mike. This is Mike Ayache.
All right, Mike.
All right, it's Into the Spider-Verse getting some love. Ooh. Spider-Man 3 down at the bottom. Spider-Man 2. Oh, okay, wow, Mike. Man Mike. After my own heart here. Okay,
hotter than Omar's. It looks like Mike is definitely a fan of the more recent.
He does not like the Spider-Man by Sam Raimi movies.
Is it because of Tobey Maguire? Is it the tone that Sam Raimi has? I'm curious what your thoughts on that is.
Classy Ulysses is saying Venom is my number 5. I forgot to put it.
Okay, thank you, Classy Ulysses.
I'm glad. Yeah, not are you not a Tobey or Sam Raimi fan? Maybe it's a little, or you know what? Again, could be a case of I love all these films. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I don't know how to rank these.
That's how a lot of people
because of
are.
Toby. Okay. And the last one that we have here is from Brett Jones. This is Brett
All right,
Jones.
Brett. Awesome.
Also
Big
a fan of
fan.
Into the Spider-Verse.
And Across the Spider-Verse.
Also not digging Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, people don't dig that one.
No.
Tom Holland is not your Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, he kind of is right now.
We don't
have a choice. Miles could be, though. Miles could be your Spider-Man.
Yeah, Miles could be your Spider-Man. Peter B. Parker could be your Spider-Man if you wanted to.
That is true. Or Miguel O'Hara. Have T-shirts already shown up? Thank you all so much for sending those.
Or we could just have Ben Reilly play by.
Did have T-shirts shown up with Miguel was right? Like the whole Thanos is right shirts that were going on everywhere. McGuire and Dunst and Aunt May, I'm not a fan of, along with the camp style. Okay, Aunt May. Yeah, I get it. Not are you mad at Andrew Garfield or do you like it? Wait, I can't read emoji. I'm 45 years old. I don't know what that means. What does that emoji mean? Is that like a bull or an angry bull, or just like?
I mean, I'm mad he didn't get a good, like, just deserved like a well-earned like trilogy. That's what I'm upset about. I love Andrew Garfield. He's a fantastic actor. I mean, everything he's been in, he's been nominated for Oscars.
Except for that episode of Doctor Who with his Tennessee accent.
Okay. That was before all of this. That was before Social Network. Okay, everything after Social Network, top notch.
Blaz, would you have worn a Cyclops was right after he left his wife and newborn child to be with his ex-girlfriend? Would you have worn that shirt then? X Factor, baby. Superman film ranking anytime soon? Oh, I would love to, because especially Amanda just watched Superman 1. You still haven't seen 2. We've seen 1, 3, 4. Superman. Let's do it. Wasn't really that good. Superman 2, and we can't do the director's cut because we didn't do the director's cut for the Superman 1.
Yes.
We all just gonna sit here and pretend we didn't learn the black suit Toby dance from. Oh, Amanda did.
I mean, yeah.
Amanda's got that dance. Yeah, look at her. Watch out now. She's got that dance down, dude. She's doing that shit at the high school dance, trying to get it started.
I was not in high school by the time that came out.
I throw out the Amanda hand. That's when you.
Amanda hands. Hey.
Omar was right about Starman. Yes, my wife would disagree, but yes, I am. Starman's masterpiece. Amanda will need to watch Superman 2 twice. The original cut, I think we should stick with the original cut. As much as I love the Richard Donner cut, just won't make any sense after watching the original Superman because it uses the same ending. Superman 3 is in my top 3 favorite Superman. No, but that's awesome, classy Ulysses. Really, Superman 3, like above. Okay, Man of Steel. Superman Return. I still think to this day, Superman Returns gets a lot of hate.
Brandon Routh?
That it doesn't really deserve. I think it had a lot of heart. I know, I guess the director's been canceled now, right? Bryan Singer. Didn't he get into a lot of trouble?
Yeah. He's not doing anything.
Let's dog. Omar Amanda, have you seen Spider-Man 2.1 or 3, the editor's cut? They were alternate and better versions of Spider-Man 2.
I've seen the Spider-Man 2.1. I've not seen
Spider-Man 3, the editor's cut.
No.
What does that add?
That's a good question.
I've heard Daredevil, the director's cut, is amazing. I've yet to see it. I don't know if I want to.
The Daredevil, didn't we review that with Ben Affleck?
Yeah, was it really that bad, Daredevil?
We did do it. Wasn't really that bad of that one. Man, back in the day, man.
Kevin Spacey? Okay. You're saying Kevin Spacey was a great as Lex. Kevin Spacey was great as Gene Hackman, Lex Luthor. That's what Kevin Spacey was good at. Just like Brandon Routh was a good Christopher Reeve Superman, sorry. And Clark Kent. Oh, he had his Clark Kent down. Oh, mannerisms and everything.
My favorite Lex Luthor will always be Michael Rosenbaum. From Smallville.
He's a great actor. Agreed.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Ralph was good, but the story needed some work. Yeah, I think I'd love to go and revisit. I haven't seen it in a few years, honestly. Superman Returns is my number 2. Oh, well, you have redeemed yourself, sir. That's a good one. No, the director's cut can make Jennifer Garner Elektra work. No director's cut.
Oh,
We
can
have
make
did we review Elektra? I can't remember.
We haven't yet. We talked about it, but we have not reviewed it yet. But I can review Catwoman again for that basketball scene, so I can go so scandalous.
Dude, you were singing that song like you had it on your stupid iPod or iPhone.
I love that song. Whatever, that song was popular.
I'm not hating on that. Okay,
that came out when I was still in high school, so that was a pop song that I listened to in high school.
Omar, which Spider-Man movie had the best lighting? All right, honest answer: Spider-Man 2 had the best lighting. Absolutely. Oh, remember I was talking about the suit when he's jumping off the building and the wrinkles? All that had to do with the lighting, man. It was beautiful. Who is Gene Hackman, Omar? Well, he's a retired actor and one of the greatest actors of our time. And good on him for stepping out of the spotlight, just like Jack Nicholson. Now people are just loving taking pictures of these old men in their 80s and 90s. Who the fuck cares? Do you think those guys really care? They've retired. They don't give a shit. Never mind.
Unless they're Pacino and what's his name, De Niro, and they're just trying to have more babies which God bless.
Dude,
I'm 37 and I'm like, nope.
To each their own.
Like kids. I'm good.
Hi everyone. What's up, Jordan? How are you, brother? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man by Sam Raimi is, in my opinion, the best in live action. I like that. How old is Amanda? Amanda is 23 years old.
23 years young. I just said my age. Just like 5 seconds. I'm 37.
Like it was terrible but fun, but it was terrible. Maybe we didn't do Was It Really That Bad on Elektra? Did we? We just did Daredevil?
No, we'll have to. We just did Daredevil. We haven't done Elektra yet. There's still quite a few movies we have to do on Was It Really That Bad?
Dude, Jack Nicholson don't give a shit. He's eating chili out the courtside. Jack Nicholson has done everything you could possibly imagine in freaking Hollywood. Imagine that, right? Having that much money and living in Hollywood and being Jack's age. First of all, holy shit, he's still with us. 80-something years old. Like Howard the Duck, Blade Trinity, Ghost Rider. There's a bunch, actually. We've done Was It Really That Bad on Howard the Duck?
No, we did. Yes, we did. And the original Ghost Rider.
And we did Ghost Rider.
I wanted to do Blade Trinity, but Omar does not want to do a Blade.
No. I let people vote on it. We'll let people vote on it the next time. Yeah, I've heard the same thing about Daredevil director's cut being great. I've heard that too.
We should watch it and say, was it really that good? And everyone's saying it is.
What if we fall in love with it? I'm 47, so Pacino gives me hope. All I need to do is get a few Oscars in the next movie.
Oh, Colin.
We didn't. Okay, we haven't done one on Steel. We haven't done. Oh man, it is really cool to do. Was it really that bad? So, by the way, we don't rank the movies. We don't say they're bad. We take what the ratings are. The rating scores across the board as bad. So like Punisher War Journal, I fucking ended up loving. I thought it was great. And rest in peace, man. Ray Stevenson, guy was phenomenal. We haven't done Blade Trinity.
No,
that was bad. That was Ryan Reynolds ruined that one for me.
I would definitely watch it though.
Oh gosh, Blade 2 though is one of the best superhero movies ever. Oh, Guillermo del Toro, you would like Blade 2. Think if Batman and Robin wasn't complete, unimagined disaster, Warner Brothers expected Jack Nicholson to come back for the 5th Batman film. Really, I still have a soft spot in my heart for the Lundgren Punisher, the one that was filmed in Australia. I thought it was excellent. Hellboy 1 and 2 were awesome, and that's where it stops because Hellboy, by one of my favorite directors, Neil Marshall, just not good.
We reviewed that too. We sat in that theater and we said, "What are we watching?"
I remember asking you, "Can we leave?" Waiting for that barbed wire. That will come to Across the Spider-Verse is your number one Fredsonator. Now that Spider-Man is out of the way, it's time to rank Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. If Bloodsport isn't number one, you're wrong.
Did we really not do Bloodsport?
Double Impact. I love Double Impact, where he played twins. Remember that? Double Impact. He played twins. He was that great actor.
We watched a Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Dude, no, we did not. What are you talking about? Do you have another show going on without me?
No. Why would I watch Bloodsport then?
It wasn't with me. We didn't review it.
What would have made me watch that
Best
movie?
of the Best. Remember, you had your hair in a bun one day, and I said you look like Eric Roberts in Best of the Best, man. I don't think we reviewed that
No,
either.
maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Because we didn't. I'm crazy. Yeah.
Can somebody, James, are you still here? Can you grab that clip?
Get
Just,
to-
you don't need anything that precedes I'm crazy. Just grab that clip for me. Thank you, James. There are also 2 animated Hellboy movies that are actually surprisingly good. I saw one of them. I haven't seen both of them. Are you thinking of the Vin Diesel Bloodsport movie?
No.
Bloodshot. That was Bloodshot, Josh.
We didn't review that either. That I know. I would know. We should do like Pitch Black or something.
Can we not Die Hard movies? We did one of them. She had never seen it.
We
We'll
did.
do,
We
look,
did.
James is here. We'll do it tomorrow, my man.
Oh, thanks, James. Yeah, we did that.
Did you review the original 1978 Doctor Strange movie? No, we did not. Nor we did review any Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. I don't know what the hell my co-host is talking about. She's just stepped into another universe, I think, and for some reason.
I did. Oh god.
Street Fighter would be the only movie I think that we would do as Jean-Claude Van Damme, and maybe the Expendables too.
So if anyone hasn't seen it, the first trailer for Expendables 4 came out today, and I was telling Omar, I was like, we should do an Expendables like episode because I
love the Expendables.
I mean, there's something about those films.
They're Fast and the Furious stupid, but I don't care.
I don't care either. Yeah, I would love to do those at some point and just review them for the sake of reviewing them. But I'm really excited. Someone asked us if we were going to review Barbie.
I'm out
in the chat. Omar won't. So the thing is,
no,
Barbie.
It's that I'll be overseas. Like the last movies I can review are Transformers and Flash, and that's it for me. Then I go over there.
Yes.
For not forever, but for a while, and then I come back. By the time I come back, I think that movie's out of the theater.
Okay, they last a little bit longer in theaters than 2 weeks, Omar.
I don't think, I mean, sure.
Wait, so Barbie comes out the same time as Oppenheimer, which
I'll go see that.
Oh God, I want to see. Even though it's
I'm excited about that.
Really long.
Oh, wait a minute, Jean-Claude Van Damme's Time Cop movie.
Oppenheimer and Barbie don't come out until July 21st.
Oh shit. I'll be back for that.
You'll be back for that. Omar's making live.
I time my trip around Barbie coming out because I know Amanda would make me go see it. We did see Avatar 2. I liked it.
Did we review it though?
No, because we were on a season break. Like it was Christmas time.
So it is on Disney Plus. So I also had a thought that we should go back and do like a retro review of it. Because it is on Disney Plus now. Oh man, Disney Plus is like lit up with Avatar stuff right now because they just put out Avatar.
They're pumping out the third movie, Nolan Human Mistakes About Human Bomb. I'm excited to see it. You know, Omar, the fact that you don't like Raimi's campiness. No, I do. It's the hokiness of the second movie and the third movie that I don't like.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, brother. I love Sam Raimi, Evil Dead 2. Army of Darkness, Darkman, or some of my favorite movies. And then Spider-Man 1 was solid. And and actually, I'm one of the few people that well, I don't say few. There were a lot of us, but you know how the internet is. It makes you believe that you're in the minority because everybody else seems to be hating on it. But like Doctor Strange Mom, people were hating on it, and I thought it was pretty good.
It's true.
I liked it. I like Doctor Strange Mom, the multiverse of madness.
For what they did with Mr. Fantastic, even though they gave me the actor.
I don't give a crap about the Illuminati, dude. I hate the comic book Illuminati, so I didn't care what they did. People were so pissed about that.
They were,
and they never should have. They never should have shown that trailer. They never should have shown the Illuminati trailer. That was so stupid. That was bad.
That was dumb move. Yeah,
I haven't seen the new Evil Dead, and I'm very excited to see it.
Heard it was really good. I mean, it's still in the top 10, or just got out.
I just rewatched it. That's one of our favorite movies to watch. We just rewatched it 2 nights ago.
Oh,
still some great music in that movie.
Fred, what's the first Barbie? I would see Oppenheimer first, even though Barbie, I grew up on Barbie, and our entire basement was just Barbie land. Like we had a whole neighborhood, and my mom we didn't have to touch it. We would just play. And no one had to clean up at the end of the night. It was just Barbie. We had neighborhoods and they all hung out and they had very soap opera stories. And my mom never bought us enough Ken dolls. So most of our dolls, we had to cut their hair short, pretend they were boys.
we had When I was a kid, we had these little girls as neighbors, and they had Barbie dolls. And I think, like most kids, you probably took the clothes off because you wanted to see what was
A
underneath
naked
the
Barbie.
right, like a naked Barbie. So I was really confused because I thought like lady anatomy was different than boy anatomy. Because I was like, well, that's really weird. They don't have the thing that I have, and I, I was like, I must have been like 3 or 4, and I was really confused by the anatomy of Barbie. If you review Barbie, could you ask Bar to join you? Is her full name Barbie?
His unstoppable
So
Barbie.
too beautiful, also great acting, but the story is meh and the same. Feel like we're
Yeah.
just rewatching that Navi. I just hope it makes enough money for him to go back and say, hey, let's go back and do Battle Angel Alita 2. Because Battle Angel Alita 1 is one of the best anime adaptations I've ever seen, if not the very best.
It. I mean, Roberto Rodriguez can go and do that because he's the one who actually directed it, right?
Robert Rodriguez? Or is his name Roberto Rodriguez?
Roberto, yes. Okay.
Roberto, yes?
Yes,
Not
but
Robert.
he's the one who directed. Yeah, but he's the one who directed it, right?
What is his name? Now you got me confused.
Roberto Rodriguez.
I thought it was just Robert Rodriguez. Is it
Maybe
Roberto?
it is. No, you're right. It is Robert right here. I don't know.
You don't know? I haven't seen Doble, hermano. Raimi's Spider-Man had dark moments, like the final fight with the Green Goblin in the hospital, and seeing Venom. It's not always that cheesy. Venom is not always that cheesy. But the first one,
Rodriguez. Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez. I love I go love Spider-Man. I love 3 Spider-Man and love comic. Bye, Patrick. Have a good one, buddy.
Patrick.
I got back from watching Spider-Verse again and find out I missed the ranking of my favorite heroes.
No!
You could just go back and watch it, and then
and then you can watch our review on Across Spider-Verse, see if you agree with what we said too. A lot of near mint to catch up on, man.
I agree on Rurouni Kenshin being one of the best too. That the trilogy, it was a trilogy, right? And I know how people feel about the creator, and if you want to find out what the creator did, you're more than welcome to, and not support anything like that. I get it and respect it. But those movies were freaking solid. The live action Rurouni Kenshin, which is actually the live action version of the OVAs, not an adaptation of the manga. The best live action anime is that the one with Willem Dafoe or the Japanese
and the kid
one?
Nate Wolf or whatever his name is.
If Battle Angel Alita 2 ever happens, this needs to have 0 parts in creative process just to provide the fun. Oh my gosh, I would the roller. Oh my gosh, dude, I love Alita. It's one of my favorite manga, and they have to do it right. So, Amanda thinks every Latino ends.
I do not, Omar, think that's the case.
She might have slipped. Call me Omario.
No, Marion, maybe, but good Lord.
Would you two ever consider a stream where you cast every the characters in a saga movie? We were thinking about doing Miles Morales just because people were asking us, like a Miles Morales live action movie. But that would be fun. Casting live action versions of comic books we really enjoy that there's no word of, right?
Yeah, but could we do the adaptation of it? Yeah, that'd be great.
Double Team starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman, one of the two of the best 2 men. Oh, I remember that movie. They were really good friends after that. That movie
was that the 80s or the early 90s?
If you're a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you can find, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, the Canon, I think it's called the Canon Revolution. It's a documentary on the Canon Pictures. It is amazing. Like the things that I learned, because I loved Canon growing up. I had no idea who was running it or how they made movies. It was insane. But if you can find it, it is an amazing eye-opener how these movies even happened. Like when they had the rights to Spider-Man. Because the Spider-Man and the leftover of Masters of the Universe 2 became, what was it, Time Cop 2? They used that for the set.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Live action Miles Morales will be a young, unknown Afro-Latino actor. Maybe.
Possibility.
Maybe. We never know. Anything else before we wrap up tonight, Panda?
No, I think that is everything I have. But yeah, we're going to try to do a review of the Transformers movie. I have to figure out a time for me to go see it because my daughter has softball game. It's her last one, so it's a big deal.
What time are you free tomorrow or Friday? We can go see it Friday. My kids can wait Friday night.
We can see it Friday. We can see it Friday night, but then we'll just have to review
or Friday afternoon, whenever you're done with
well,
work.
I plan on buying a car Friday afternoon, so I can't do that.
Then why don't you buy the car like Saturday afternoon?
Because Saturday afternoon I have plans.
You know what? I'll text you. I'll just text you.
Yes, it's fine. Yeah, and then next week we will have a Wednesday show. Not sure what we're gonna do yet, but y'all have given us some good ideas. And then we also have Flash. So that'll be the last thing that Omar will do live before he decides to hop it all the way over to Japan for 2 weeks.
No, I'll call you from Japan and we can review something wonderful like Barbie that came out over there or something.
No, Barbie doesn't come out till July, but Secret Invasion does come out while you're over there. So
the Pete Davidson, your expectations are low because of Transformers because of Pete Davidson, or you? Yeah. It's got Unicron, man. It can't be worse than the freaking Bayformers. Van Damme, no retreat, no surrender. I'm excited for Expendables 4 too. But we will figure it out. So maybe we will do Transformers on Friday. That'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see the Batman movie with Flash in it. And then, we'll figure something out for Wednesday. So anything else, Amanda, before we sign off?
Nope, that is everything. So, guys, thank you for joining us today to rank our favorite Spider-Man movies. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at NearMintCon. Remember to check us out on Spreadshop for some great Near Mint Condition merchandise. And also check us out on Patreon for $1 a month or more. You can get some really great perks here on the channel and also support us in what we do every day for everyone here on the channel. And last but not least, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint. Good journey. We will see you all soon.
Bye, everybody.